So fighting games are back in a major way thanks to Street Fighter 4. But one thing that ends up missing in the equation with these games is casual players aren't really catered to anymore. Maybe I'm using the wrong term with casual. What I mean is folks that like to stay at home and play the single player or with their little brother, little sister, etc., doing regular game stuff. They get lost in the equation because it seems as if companies are now catering to the Evo type crowd and the fighting game community, which isn't a bad thing. It's just that the two coincide pretty well for now, but I feel as if games are leaning towards more of the hardcore and skipping out on the fluff things that the casuals do like. For instance, when Street Fighter 4 Vanilla came out, I remember all of the extra fluff things that I thought were great at the time. For instance, the trial mode, I unlocked everyone's trials in order to get my platinum trophy on the PlayStation 3, which was a big source of pride for me at the time. To someone hardcore that's looking to do tournaments, that may not mean anything. But to someone like me that had the game just because I liked Street Fighter, I have the other 3GK boys that I could fight against, that was a big deal, and it extended the playability of the game along with allowing me to learn a lot more characters than I would have had it been strictly competition, where of course I would have just stuck with Chun-Li, Ryu, and just people that I knew I'd end up fighting. Now with Tekken Tag Tournament 2 out, it seems that every single character is unlocked. I remember old school Tekken where you had the regular roster, but people like Tiger and Kunimitsu, just offshoots of the original characters, would have to be unlocked by doing the story mode. Now Tekken 6, the way they had it where they forced you to play that horrible force mode, did it the wrong way because it turned a lot of people off, myself included. But playing through the single player really should be rewarded for people that aren't hardcore tournament folks. So what I was thinking was, why don't these developers have either some sort of DLC or a separate game altogether that's meant for the tournament guys? When I watched Evo last, I was looking at it and thought to myself, you know, Capcom knows these tournaments go on and they back them up quite a bit, so why not give these guys like something special within the game to highlight the fact that fighting games support the community itself. Give Ryu a new outfit, give him a new background to fight in, that type of thing, where if you're looking at a match that's at a high level tournament, you know they're using that specific game, where the moveset is still the same, the characters may still be the same, but there's a little extra something for them that the casuals don't really need. And in those editions, go ahead and unlock everybody, but with the casuals games, let things be unlockable. Don't have everyone out. Give us little fluff things. Let us get our barrel breaking in there, you know, car busting, time trials, survival, that kind of thing, where it's still a game that has a lot of playability to someone that isn't going out and fighting for money. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's a huge request, especially if it's just like some DLC that tournament organizers can just kind of get to turn their game into something worthwhile for fighting champions. I just feel worried, I guess, that it's going to get to the point where it's pushing so much to the hardcore that casuals aren't gonna really feel much bang for their buck when they buy these games. I hate purchasing games with everything unlocked where all I'm getting is the arcade version of it. King of Fighters 12 comes to mind, where it felt like a half-assed game that was made strictly for people fighting online via that crappy netcode that it had. But I'm not going to complain too much. I just would like for developers to keep in mind that there are two separate type of players for fighting games, and I don't think one package necessarily answers the needs of both. Thank you.